Hi guys, so I'm going to read Amazing Spider-Man number 3. So this is the first appearance of Dr. Octopus. So America's most exciting superhero captured by the world's most dreaded supervillain. You are helpless, Spider-Man. I warned you that the power of Dr. Octopus is far greater than yours. A book-length super thriller. Spider-Man faces his most powerful foe, Dr. Octopus. Can anything that lives defeat the mighty Dr. Octopus? Spider-Man versus the strangest foe of all time versus Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus, the only enemy to ever defeat Spider-Man. In this epic tale, see the Human Torch. Fantasy, thrills. Story by Stan Lee. Art by Steve Ditko. Letterer, John Duffy. And now begin. A story which has to become the start somewhere. So let's begin with a lonely warehouse in the dead of night where we find a robbery taking place. Hold it, you guys. I think I heard something. Relax, Charlie. It was probably just a mouse. Suddenly, the most awesome image in crime fighting appears on the wall, directly above the startled thieves. Mouse? You never seen a mouse like this before. Look at it, it's... Don't be shy, fella. You can say my name. It's Spider-Man. Get him! There are 3 of us. He can't take us all. Ugh! Brother, you're living in a fool's paradise. Oof! Ow! Minutes later, some big criminal mastermind you are. Ah, shut up. Whoever expected Spider-Man to butt in? Look, Joe, Spider-Man's been here. And how? And not far away. It's almost too easy. I've run out of enemies who can give me any real opposition. I'm too powerful for any foe. I almost wish for an opponent who'd give me a run for my money. And little does Spider-Man suspect that his frivolous wish is about to come true. For, at that moment, on the outskirts of town, here comes Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus, why do they call him that? Watch, you'll see in a minute. See, it's that especially designed contraption he wears, which enables him to perform his experiments behind the lead walls, which shield him from radiation. He created that getup himself and is the only scientist permitted to wear it. He's the most brilliant atomic researcher in our country today. Yes, such a man is Otto Octavius, better known to his co-workers as Dr. Octopus. Let us watch as he conducts a nuclear experiment. My artificial extra limbs permit me to work safely with volatile chemicals, which are far too dangerous to touch without any protection. Through others fear radiation, I alone am able to make it my servant. Though nothing is ever perfect, not even the projects of Dr. Octopus, and the unsuspecting atomic genius conducts his experiment. Look, the radiation meter has gone wacky. Something is wrong. There's going to be a blow-up. Sound the alarm. But the warning, alas, is given too late, and before the alarm can be sounded, then after the flames and the smoke have partially cleared, Dr. Octopus is still breathing. I hope we reached him in time. Even though he's alive, he's absorbed a great deal of radiation. Poor guy. In the hours that follow after exhaustive tests, the X-rays show an uncertain amount of brain damage. I'm afraid his mind has been permanently damaged. We can't remove those artificial arms of his yet. The radiation has caused them to adhere to his body in some strange way. Finally, days later, the injured scientist recovers consciousness. What am I doing here? Let me up. I must return to my work. No, you've been very ill. You must stay in bed. You need the rest. But the brain of Dr. Octopus, the brain which had been damaged by radiation, reacts in a bitter way. They're jealous of me. They want to keep me from my work, but I'll show them. I'm stronger than any of them. The window is barred. They're trying to make a prisoner of me. The fools. No one can hold Dr. Octopus against his will. No one! Then suddenly, at just a suggestion of a thought by Dr. Octopus, his artificial arms move as though they have a will of their own. I've got to break those bars. I did it. My arms did it. Their strength is incalculable. They can do anything. Somehow, my mechanical arms have almost become a part of me. They obey my every command. With such power in my brilliant mind, I'm the supreme human being on Earth. Minutes later. You wanted to see me, Dr. Octopus? Yes, come in. Shut the door behind you. What is it? You... Oh, no! No! Ha ha, you don't believe what you see. But it's true. I'm all-powerful. From now on, I give the commands here. Meanwhile, at the office of J. Jonah Jameson, publisher of the Daily Bugle. I want pictures of the injured scientist, Dr. Octopus, but no one is allowed to enter the Bliss private hospital anymore. I never heard of any hospital keeping people out. Don't worry, JJ, I'll get those pics for you. My best men have tried and failed, but so far you've succeeded in every assignment. I can't imagine how a teenager like you does it. Our agreement, JJ, is that you never ask me how I do it. Just have a check ready for me when I bring back the pics of Dr. Octopus. He doesn't suspect Peter Parker, the teenager he assigned to the job, is going to have Spider-Man do it. And so, here's the place. Strange that it's locked and nobody's admitted. What kind of hospital is it anyway? Well, there's one way to find out, and Spider-Man's just the cat to do it. These suction fingers of mine will get me up the wall in no time. Boy, it's great being Spider-Man. I can almost do anything. The only problem is, my jobs are too easy. I welcome a little competition once in a while. And as he steadily climbs up the sheer outer wall, little does Spider-Man dream that he is soon to get far more competition than he ever bargained for. Seconds later, almost there. Holy mackerel, what's that? Silence! Nobody is to speak when Dr. Octopus speaks. Peering unseen through the large picture window, Spider-Man witnesses a strange, unexpected sight. You can't keep us all prisoners forever, Dr. Octopus. We've done what you asked, got all the equipment you wanted. When will you let us go? Not until I'm ready. With my powers, no one can resist me. You remain to serve me until I no longer need you, and not before. Well, so the good Doc has flipped his lid, eh? Well, this is just being what I'm hoping for, a little action. But this is mad. You have no right to. Right? You dare speak to me of right? I have the right to do anything, as long as I have the power. And if you doubt my power, here's a small sample. No! Don't let me down! Looks like it's time for Spider-Man to join the party, before he really hurts that fella. Hold it, Doc. How about picking on someone you can fight back? Spider-Man! Well, I sure ain't Albert Schweitzer. You dare speak flippantly to me, you fool. When I'm finished with you, you'll sing a different tune. You don't think those dumb-looking flappers of yours can move fast enough to catch Spider-Man, do you? Hey, what? Surprised? Dr. Octopus is far more powerful than you dreamed. Far more powerful than even you. Don't let that one lucky punch go to your head, pal. I got a few more surprises. Ah, most ingenious of you. You're a spider's web. But as you can see, holding 2 of my arms isn't enough. I still have more. No time to shoot my web again. He's faster than I expected. But I can still grab his other arms. Oof. It takes all my strength. He also has superhuman strength. My web! He snapped it! Nobody ever done that before. And now Spider-Man. Superman. Yeah, that's a error, but Superman, I grow bored. Spider-Man, I grew bored with this game. My time is too valuable. Now watch me trap a spider in a web of my own. A web made of my newfound arms. Your strength is merely that of a spider, but mine is the energy of an atom, born of a nuclear accident. I'm helpless. Can't fight all those arms at once. Don't know what he's going to do next. He's just toying with me. You dared to mock me before. Why aren't you mocking me now? Where are your brave words and taunts now, Spider-Man? Or do you realize that you finally met your master, and now you can leave the way you entered? You're no threat to me. Weak, groggy, just barely conscious, Spider-Man has had his fall broken by a tree as he finally slumps to the ground in defeat. He beat me. I never had a chance. Didn't even give him a good fight. He could have finished me off any time he wanted to. What do I do now? I've never been beaten before, but this time my spider powers were not enough. Is this the end of Spider-Man? Not long afterwards at the hospital. Even though I defeated Spider-Man, my prisoners escaped during the fight. I must leave before the police arrive. With my arms I can go anywhere, do anything. Fences can't stop me. No one can catch me. Now that I have reached my objective, any unlocked window will furnish an entrance for me. Security police aren't apt to notice an extra pipe or two up on the ceiling. Once he's gone, I can act freely. This is what I'm after. The brain center of the entire atomic lab. Once I take it over, the greatest source of atomic power in the nation will be mine. It is an easy matter for Dr. Octopus to unlock a door. Out, all of you! I'm taking over now! Did you see that? It was Dr. Octopus. But what's he up to? Nothing can stop me now. Between my own super strength and the atomic power which is mine to command here, I'm the strongest man alive. But first I'll give the world a demonstration of my strength. I'll destroy part of this plant and rebuild it to suit myself. And so, something's happening to the lead shielding. It's being lowered. The radiation is starting to escape. Look, the giant machines are running out of control, as though some madman is guiding them. There's too much pressure in the main valves. The pipes are overheating, exploding. It isn't safe to stay here. But within minutes, the source of the trouble is known, and they've got to reach Dr. Octopus somehow. We can't. He set up electronic barriers all over the place. And before long, the entire plant is evacuated, except for... They realize I cannot be stopped, and have given up trying. I've won. The plant is mine. I am now in complete control. The foremost brains of the nation's armed forces and security agencies confer feverishly, but to no avail. We've never been up against anything like this before. A brilliant scientist with superpowers on a mad rampage. If we can't stop him, then we must see that innocent people aren't injured. And so the order goes out. No one is allowed in or out of the atomic plant. Can't figure out why they post sentries here. If Dr. Octopus tries to get out, how are we going to stop him? Meanwhile, what of teenage Peter Parker, alias Spider-Man? Poor Peter's been moping in his room for hours. I wish he'd tell me what's wrong. I'm a failure. Spider-Man is a joke. A nothing. There's the phone. Bring. Mr. Jameson? No, I won't be able to get the photo pictures of Dr. Octopus. No, I probably won't be able to get any more. Sorry. Yeah, goodbye. Peter, dear, what's wrong? I can't bear to see you so unhappy. Is there anything I can do to help? No, Aunt May. It's my own personal problem. I'll get over it. Got to leave now. Time for school. Hello, Petey. Say, what's with him? He didn't answer. And there's no one I can talk to. No one who'd understand. Him? He's down in the dumps. Looks like he lost his favorite test tube. Pete, did you hear the big news? The governor's asked the Fantastic Four to try to capture Dr. Octopus. They're busy with another case, but they sent the Human Torch to see what he can do. He's speaking to our assembly today. Big deal. Later at the school assembly. I was asked here to tackle Dr. Octopus, but I've used my flame so much recently, I have to wait a few days to let it get strong again. While I'm waiting, your principal asked me to address you. If only I had his powers, his confidence. But that's easy when you've never been beaten. Now for a little demonstration. I can't apply my total flame, but here's some fiery figures for you. This is what usually happens when the thing helps me with my homework. I get results like this. Then after a few more colorful demonstrations. Now for a parting thought. Stick to your schoolwork and do your best in your studies. Don't be discouraged if something seems tough. The important thing is never give up. Remember that, never give up. ability alone isn't enough. It's one lesson I've learned from my partnership with the Fantastic Four. It's almost as though he's talking to me. Even the Fantastic Four had its defeats, but we always come back. Our motto is never say die. He's right. By golly, he's right. Later, at the conclusion of the Torch's lecture, I want to thank you for that speech. I'll never forget what you said today. It meant a lot to me. Oh, sure. Glad you enjoyed it, fella. Like a man possessed, Peter Parker races home to the privacy of his room and, I guess if the Fantastic Four could be defeated, and then go back for more, Spider-Man can do it too. Okay, Dr. Octopus, this is it. Now that I know how strong you are, you won't have the advantage of surprise on your side again. This is one easy way to get past those sentries below. Hey, did you see someone flying above us? Someone flying above us? Are you some kind of nut or something? So far, so good. I landed safely on the roof without being stopped. Now to get as close as I can to Dr. Octopus before he discovers me. But the strange scientist has eyes everywhere and... It's Spider-Man again. Well, this time he won't be so lucky. This time I'll finish him for good. From now on, I allow no one to interfere with my plans. I will permit no one to defy me. And at that moment, my spider sense warns me of danger behind me. Nice try, Dr. Octopus, but I'm ready for you this time. With my spider senses fully alert, and my spider muscles in top condition, he can't possibly hurl those electronic bolts fast enough to hurt me. He knows my every move. He must be watching me on some sort of TV hookup. Well, I'll go somewhere out of range, as only I can. He's found a way to evade my electronic scanners. He's cleverer than I thought. But I'll defeat him with my all-powerful arms, as I did before. He won't elude me now. There's what I'm looking for. The chem lab. I gotta move fast. It won't be long before he finds me. There, it's done. And now this wiring will suit my purpose just fine. Mustn't make a mistake. Dr. Octopus wouldn't give me a second chance. If anything goes wrong. I still can't be sure this will work, but I gotta try it. Now to find Dr. Octopus. Once again, at the last split second, Spider-Man's spider instinct saves him from sudden defeat. Ha! I've got you now, Spider-Man! What? Oh, no you don't. Moving with every ounce of speed he possesses, Spider-Man manages to loop one of his hastily constructed devices around two of Dr. Octopus's arms, before another arm, striking out, forces him to drop the second device. Ugh! But Spider-Man has superhuman strength, even as Dr. Octopus, and he recovers from the blow in seconds, in time to dive out of harm's way. Now to get out of reach and see what happens. You hope to defeat me with a foolish thing like this? You must be mad. Oh, I see. It's a chemical which fuses my metal arms together. Clever. But I can take care of that easily, after I dispose of you for good. Slowly, inexorably, Dr. Octopus forces Spider-Man's back against the wall, blocking his web with his swiftly moving arms. Ha ha! Even your fast-moving web isn't quick enough for me. He's using his fused arms like a club. I can't retreat any further. My back is to the wall. I gotta take a desperate chance. Moving like a person possessed, Spider-Man whips his arms around one of Dr. Octopus's tentacle arms, while he seizes the other free arm with both of his powerful hands. Got you! But not for long! Then before Dr. Octopus can make another move, Spider-Man shoots his amazing web directly into the startled scientist's face. I should have realized sooner, Octopus. The best defense is a smashing offense. That blasted web! It spread out all over my glasses! I can't see! Can't get it off! Even though he can't no longer see me, his other arms are now around me, pulling me towards him with incredible strength. Ah, there! I got them off! I got his two free arms apart, but I dare not let go of them. Give up, fool! Sooner or later you'll have to let go, and then I'll have you. I've got one chance. but I gotta time it to the split second, or I'm finished. Suddenly, Spider-Man lets go of Dr. Octopus's arms, and at the same instant lashes out with a smashing right. Now! I did it. I knocked him out. I had to let him go, and then strike faster than he could move. Strange that an old-fashioned punch to the jaw defeated the most dangerous villain I've ever faced. Better not take any chances. I'll wrap my webbing around him many times while he's out. He'll never be able to snap this. Later, at the sentry post outside the atomic plant. Captain, we've been hearing noises inside there, like a fight. Someone must have sneaked past us, and look, over there. It's a sign of Spider-Man. There he is. He's waving to us to come on. Careful, pal, no telling what's going on. You're telling me. I'm going to shoot first and ask questions later. Look, it's Dr. Octopus. He's all tied up and helpless. Don't just stand there. Get me out of this. The authorities will be able to handle Dr. Octopus now, but I still have one more thing to take care of, as Spider-Man. Minutes later, the dramatically costumed superhero climbs the sheer wall of a nearby hotel. He's somewhere in this hotel. I'll find him easily. My spider sense tells me that his room is just ahead. And inside the room in question, good news, Torch. Your temperature is down, and the virus is gone. By now your flames should be working at full strength. Great, Doc. I want to show my partners in the Fantastic Four that I can tackle Dr. Octopus alone. Flame on! And now for... Relax, Torch. Dr. Octopus has been captured already. Thanks to you, Torch. Octopus is safely under wraps, and I owe you additional thanks, because if not for you, Spider-Man might have been finished too. Huh? So long, Torch. See you around, pal. Flaming fireballs, I don't get it. What did I do? The next day, the Human Torch gives a pulse-pounding demonstration of his full powers before returning to his headquarters. Wish Spider-Man was still around to join me in this show, but I don't know where he cut out to. Now there's my idea of a hero, the Human Torch, and a guy like Spider-Man too. Why don't you watch and see what a real man is like, Bookworm? Someday I'll tell you why, Loudmouth. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Yes, sir, it's going to be a real pleasure. And for the first time, the case ends without Peter Parker delivering any photos to Mr. Jameson. But right now, Peter couldn't care less. And there's a pin-up at the end, so special surprise pin-up page from your pal Spider-Man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I'd be appreciated. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.